if we are trying to, so in the enhance, you just enhance just one aspect, that's about it. So this is again just an example. What if the customer also received electronic invoice in their registering? So you're not taking away the paper-based invoices in one go. You are also, in addition to whatever they are giving, you are providing something extra. Again, this is just to illustrate what each of these means. In our context, the problem that we were solving, we wanted everything to be paperless. So this really doesn't apply. This technique really doesn't apply. But in certain cases, when you are dealing with an existing product, you already solved the problem in a certain way, and you want to provide something on top of that. This technique is very useful, and that when in those scenarios you should use this technique. The other one is the second one is outspread. So here, as the title suggests, you give like everything in a different way. You extend in a grand way. So here again, our problem statement was the local electronic stores with paper-based invoices. So if we try to look at the offering in a completely like go all out, so it could have been one of, again, this is just an illustration. What if the customer has a self-service paperless checkout with electronic invoices in their mobile app? So you're going all out, you're eliminating any need of having even any person in this store. Like there are many airports where you just go check out, use your mobile app, you do the checkout yourself, and you receive the invoice on your app. So this is one of the techniques. So these are all different approaches, right? This is one of the approaches that could have been used if you're really thinking about disrupting the market. And again, it depends on which segment you're looking at. So if you're looking at local stores, this approach or this technique doesn't apply. But if you're looking at high-end, places or maybe airports, this technique would definitely be very handy and useful. So the context is very crucial in terms of what technique you are adopting. The next one is inverse, where you completely reverse the problem statement itself. Again, context is very important. I'm just trying to illustrate what each one of these means. In our case, it would mean what if. So here we were trying to solve for a person who goes to a physical store and buy things, right? And receives an invoice. So we are reversing the problem. What if the customer orders online, anywhere, anytime, without having to go to a physical store at all? So that's how you reverse the problem. And these are, again, various techniques that you apply, may not be relevant for every situation. And knowing this helps you to think creatively and come up with out-of-the-box solution during the group discussions. The last one is shrink. So here you kind of give less. What if the customer receives the basically you just give the bare minimum one. And this technique is very useful when you are coming up or devising your MVP, because you would want to start with the bare minimum and then go from there. So here the example I have given is what if the customer receives the electronic invoice in their email. That's about it. So that's like bare minimum. You shrink the offerings. So again, these are 4. There are other techniques that exist, but yeah, these are good to be mindful of. And then you just drill down on each of, based on the approach you take, you brainstorm among other product managers and users that you talk to, and just drill down on each of the questions to really get to, and also work with your designing team if there is an UI element to it. And that's how you kind of ideate. Competitive analysis, I think we have spent enough time, so we are good, and the team also did a very good job on presenting the competitive analysis, so we can skip. Pricing model, I think we did talked about a lot. The only additional point I would like to make here versus what you guys presented was like some form of demand and supply analysis also needs to be done. That's how you derive, whether deciding on a certain price would really help you. So the way people go about it, they price it higher, again depending on, whether it's a mass market product or, tiered to a specific segment. Once that is derived, price should be marked as per the, whatever your competitors are offering, and also there is a market value for that, and then you could use discounting approach to kind of get to the perfect figure that would really give you a break even. But yeah, so the only point that I would like to, yes.
How do you value, let's say my organization value is like not going predatory content in terms of competition, then how do you convince your stakeholders or everyone when you're like in a position like that?
Right. So as a product manager,
the competitor is doing predatory pricing, but our value is not doing that.
Correct.
And we are losing of the market share. How do you tackle that?
Correct. So that's a very good question. So it all depends on the product and its maturity or the life cycle that it is in. At different phases of the product, you would have different pricing challenges, not just pricing challenges, all kinds of challenges, right? And you need to tune to it. So when you are just launching, and let's say you are a starter, right? That time the pricing techniques that you would adopt or the way you would price will be very different from at a later phase when you're already established. What I have seen, at least for the example we have taken, right? When companies come out, they have a trial which is typically free, and the objective initially is to get your first 10/100 customers. Once you get them, then you get a good feel of how much they are willing to pay for the value that you are offering. Then you kind of start with that, and then add on depending on which phase of the product that you are in. So let's move on to the distribution model. So yeah, I think we have spoken enough on that. Product roadmap. Yes, let's stay here. Someone had a question. Yes, you had a question. So I want to spend time here. Again, this is one template I have just taken from the book that I mentioned we have published a couple of years back. And again, this is a generic template. You guys, you could use it. The way that we see that product roadmaps are done, you choose a particular theme for a given time frame, define the outcomes, tie the outcomes to certain features within the product, and give certain weightage. And weightage is, again, if you don't want to complicate things, you can ignore this. But if I have to do a roadmap, I would like things to be very thought through. I would give, let's say, the use case that we were talking about. I would give probably more weightage to the admin feature versus the integration to mobile or web or any of that. So that's the weightage aspect. And not just my stakeholders of the products are just not the end users, right? It would also be my support team and other teams. So I would also have features thought through for them and assign the relevant weightage, so that once we launch the product, it is a success, not just for the external stakeholders, internal stakeholders as well. So yeah, this is how typically how a roadmap looks like.
One question. So,
yes.
By themes, what do you exactly mean?
Yeah,
I mean phases or
so theme
business
you can
goals?
define. I'll give examples. So let's say in a given quarter, your theme is to simplify the UI, user experience, right? That could be one thing. Another thing could be extensibility. You want your product to be extensible. So then you would focus on, having lot more integration points with other applications. Another thing could be robustness and performance, right? So that would be another thing. Another thing could be competitive neutralization. So I know my competitors offer these things. These are the gaps that they have. If I feel those, I'll have a competitive advantage. So competitive neutralization could be another thing. Let's say you have done all of that, and you are at a mature state of the product. At that point in time, I may want to get into another segment. Now, today, for years I have served the small and medium businesses. Now I want to go after the large ones. So I have some other things related to that, like market share, increase in market share, something.
Right. So,
So-
how is this matrix working? Like, so
Yes.
theme one, feature one, let's say.
Correct.
I rank it number one.
Right.
So in theme two also it will be ranked number one, right?
Correct.
So-
So this is one row. This is one row. In an organization, not all three themes have same weightage. Theme one would be, one of the theme would have higher importance or relevance in a given time frame versus others. And within a particular theme, you put all the features, right? And you rank them. So I have put just like, there are finite features.
Right.
You rank them. And you, as I said, like not all the themes, everything you can do in a given point in time, right? You would have certain weightages, and again, you are not giving the weightage. You're depending on the organization you're working for and the quarterly or the semi-annual goals that they have. This would come to you, and you would know like what is the relevance of one theme as opposed to another, and this is how you would be able to do trade-off and figure out what is the must-have right now and what can wait for later.
Can I answer that in another way? So think of these as your OKRs, right? So your themes are basically your objectives, and like whenever you develop like multiple OKRs for a team, you have your like priority set, right? So that's where your OKR like priority comes into picture, and then your features are your initiatives.
Right.
So like which of your initiatives are helping you towards like which OKR, right? So in that way you are finally so if there's a like feature like which is hitting like multiple objectives, maybe that's a higher rank,
Correct.
right? So that's what this metric is trying to determine.
Okay.
Make sense, more or less?
Right, yeah, more and less, but I'll have to.
So to get to more examples, download the book. It has a lot of examples where we have actually put those use cases and showed how you're supposed to go about it.
Right.
In the interest of time, we just move on
I
right
totally
now.
understand. That's why I said I
Can I have one more?
Yes.
Say, I understand the products, and we can have standard themes like brand, reach, impact, and revenue. But like what when she's talking about this organization was like you're talking about OKR, right? So how do we come up with that? Is it like a quarterly based thing, or is it like what stage of the product we are in, or who decides that, and like what is like how is the decision taken with that team?
So basically you will have a like product vision,
Yes.
and the like product which is like a very long term vision.
Yeah.
A product strategy is like next 3 to 5 years, and based on that each group will create their objectives,
Okay.
right? And usually an OKR is a more like a quarterly one, right? So you will have the like for this quarter, these are my priorities.
Correct. So it all depends on what kind of organizations you're working
So
for.
between
For a
the team and
startup,
you
this
decide.
would change every day.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
a well-established company, this would be by quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are also companies who do
So
this
I
by
come from a startup
release.
background, so I'm trying to grasp.
Yeah, so for
Why it differs.
startup, you are the one who have to kind of guard this and
Yeah.
ensure it doesn't change every day, and
Yes,
you
yes.
defy the whole purpose of having a roadmap, right? So I have seen, as you said, like for most companies, like well-established companies, it is by quarter,
Yes.
and the other companies like the well-known ones like Amazon or companies who have very frequent releases,
Okay.
this is by release. So this can be for like at a 1 month basis.
Okay.
It all depends on the release cycle and how frequently the roadmap needs to change.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. The last phase is the GTM. So again, I feel you guys have done a really good job in presenting the GTM. So what I've again done here is given a view of how typically a GTM looks like and what all components you need to have and what all activities typically needs to happen. For example, we have messaging, marketing and launch plan, PR plan, content development, sales and customer tools, essentially all the presentations, demos, PowerPoints that you need to do, all the updates you need to make on the website. Again, these are like the standard ones. There are lot of more innovative things that can be added. Again, depends on the product that you are working on, and you can definitely talk more about that. And then having a pilot program, like once those phase of activities are done, the next thing is like you must prepare for some sort of internal and external training, so that internally all the people, your support team, your customer onboarding team, sales team, they're all aware like once the product launches, how to sell that and do their respective job efficiently. And you must also have a feedback loop process in place, so that once the product launches, you would get feedback from your customers, and they shouldn't feel disheartened, hey, you took the feedback but you didn't do anything about it. So it is very important to have a process being defined for that, so that once it is out, it runs on its own in autopilot mode. And then it's the final launch, the actual day when the product launches. You do all the launch related event associated with it, all the social media, press, PR, everything, etc., etc., etc. So what do you, if you want to add anything?
Yeah. So like one thing which I wanted to add was keep in mind that the GTM is not just sales and marketing. It's also the R&D of the product, and also being able to decide on what are going to be my next features. So if, in that way, your developers should be aware of your GTM. At least if that's not okay in your org, maybe at least your dev leads should be available, because when they have to make a decision, they are aware of the overall strategy of the product.
Correct. Yeah. So one of the questions I thought you guys would ask, who owns the GTM? Is it the product manager or the marketing manager? Again, depends on the organization that you're working for. If you're working in more of a startup company, you co-own it with the product marketing team, and you kind of help them own this overall plan. This is more of a project plan, right? And help them ensure that all the messaging is correct and all of that. If you're working in a well-established company, this is something that's owned by the marketing team. You feed content. Essentially, you train them so that they can have the messaging. When you review most of the content that they write, and you come in this phase, all this training, you train the trainers, you train all the sales and the marketing team, the pre-sales team, the customer onboarding team. Essentially, you train the trainers so that they can do their job effectively. And one of the things I didn't intentionally put it here is, as a product manager, one of the key artifacts that you have to prepare and own is the release notes. So depending on the product, again, many products, SaaS products especially, they don't really go with the old traditional release note. They come up with educational videos. So if it is a well-established company, there would be an education team who just do that. But if you're working on a mid-sized company, you yourself would have to own the content, be it in a video form or in a text form. So yeah, that's about it, guys.